Yo, what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, Action Creature. And today we're going to be looking at the Bandai Namco Godzilla 2004 and the Mechagodzilla 2002. So let's start it off with taking a good close look at the boxes. Alright, so here we have the Godzilla box. And on the front of the package here, we got the old Bandai Godzilla 1954. Not really sure why he's there. Maybe this is just going to be the logo for this series. But yeah, we got a clear look at the figure inside the box. I always like windowed boxes, so that is nice. On the side of the box here, we got a nice picture of the Final Wars Godzilla, and he's looking pretty good. And here's a look at the back of the box, just the two figures there. So as of now, we don't really know if they're going to do anything else. Hopefully they continue the line. I haven't opened up these figures at all yet, so I have no idea what I think about them, but hopefully they're good. We will find out. And on this side of the box, we got Godzilla 2004, Godzilla action figurine articulate Godzilla. Yeah, that was one thing I immediately noticed when I opened the box. It says articulate Godzilla. So that's pretty funny. There's the top of the box there. More of the same for Mechagodzilla here. Same exact front of the box. It just says Mechagodzilla. That's the only difference. Got a picture of Kiryu on the side there. And same back as well. And Mechagodzilla 2002 on the side. Godzilla on the top. Yeah, nothing too special with the boxes. They look nice, cool presentation. I recently went to a convention and someone was actually selling these, and I had no idea they came out already. And the dude I bought them from said, "Oh, we just got these in yesterday, like right before the convention started." I was like, well, sweet. I guess I'll buy them so I can review them. But yeah, those are the boxes. Let's get on with the review. All right, so right out of the gate, there's quite a bit of assembly once you take the figure out of the box. So let's just go ahead and go through that together just so we can see if there's any issues. Oh man, these joints feel tight. Okay, and his hand fell off. That's a good sign, right? So yeah, let's pop this guy together. All right, there's the arm. See if we can get the hand put back on here. There we go, that went on pretty easily. Let's get the leg on. Okay, clicking together pretty nicely, so no issues. Let's get this tail on here. There we go. And we got the little tail. All right, this one's a little bit tough. All right, I'm gonna have to do this off camera 1 second. All right, so with a bit of elbow grease, I was able to get that tail on. It was pretty hard, and the hand fell off again while I was doing it, and so did the foot, but we got them together. Now, let's just take a close look at the figure here. So, I guess this is Bandai's new line, kind of like an answer to Marvel Legends, just a cheap alternative for articulated Godzilla figures, right? And I would expect to see these at maybe Target or Walmart, like that kind of scene. So we'll see if they end up showing up in stores, but as you can see here, it's just a plain black plastic, no really paint besides like the nails on the feet here and the hands and the dorsals, and then we have the face, and that hand does like to fall off quite a bit. We got the mouth. See if we can get a good look inside there. And the eyes look all right. They look decent, not too bad. So let's put this hand back on and we will get into articulation. But my first thoughts are, the figure feels nice. It's got like a decent heft to it. It's not bad, especially for like, I think it was like a $20 figure or $15 figure. Usually Godzilla figures are, you know, 50 plus all the time, like no matter what it is. So this is not too bad for what it is. My first thoughts there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into articulation. All right, so we'll start off at the head here. The mouth just barely opens and closes. Just the tiniest bit of movement there. It is on a ball because, as you can see, I'm kind of rocking the mouth side to side. So a little bit of an interesting joint. Kind of useless since it barely closes, but yeah, so that's the mouth. Now the head, or the neck, is on a ball joint too, and you actually get somewhat decent range out of it. It's not too bad. Just kind of rocks in a circular motion here, back and forth. That's as far as he can look down, and then looking up, he could just look straight ahead. So not too bad. And obviously it turns, but it only turns this far. It kind of just locks up. Okay, there we go. Just kind of have to force it a little bit, but yeah, you can get it to turn. It just gets really tight. But yeah, so that's the neck joint. Not bad. Let's look at the arms. So the arms can do a nice T-pose at the shoulders. They go down to the side all the way, touching his torso. And you can do a 360 with them. So not bad there. For the elbows, this is as much as they go up, and then they will go straight down. So that's not too bad. And for you don't get any rotation out of it, so there's no, I guess you get a little bit of play, but there's no real bicep swivel. So the hands are pretty much just stuck straight forward, which is unfortunate. It'd be nice if you'd be able to get his hands more inward or outward. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but you know, it is a pretty cheap figure, but they could have easily added something there to improve that range of motion. So it is unfortunate they skipped out there. For the wrist though, it's really good wrist. Going down, going up, and it is a ball hinge, so you could rotate it around to make it go up and down like this. So that's nice, really good wrist. There is no torso movement. For the legs, you can get them kicking that far forward and this far back even more. And then you can, for the knees, we can straighten out the knee that much and it will go in that much. So you just get one click forward and back there. For the ankles, they have, oops, let's see what's going on here. So, okay, I'm curious if you can rotate this. So they go forward and back, right? But can you turn this sideways to make it an ankle pivot? Let's see, I don't want to break it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to rotate. So let's get the foot back on. There we go. So ankle pivot, just a little bit, not very much there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the hips go out to the side that much. So he can almost do the splits. And they go in this much. But back to the feet. So there's the ankle pivot, not too much. Going forward and back, we'll go back that much and up that much. So pretty limited feet. Let's look at this one, see if maybe this one is different. So it looks like this foot is getting a little more range. How about forward? So goes forward that much and down that much. So maybe this one just has a little more articulation because of the sculpt. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's look at the tail now. So the tail on this joint right here will just move back and forth a little bit. And then up that much, down that much, and rotate too. So pretty limited. And as you can see, unfortunately they went with a pre-posed position. It's not a straight tail. It has a pose in it. I don't like that on any articulated figures. I feel like they should be sculpted straight and then the articulation put in. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention there. For this part of the tail though, it gets a lot better range of motion. And it can rotate too. And then you got one more joint right here that just kind of rocks around and can rotate too. So if you wanted to have the tail going to the side, you can get it to the side about that much for poses. Right. I mean, posed up, it doesn't look bad. You know, this is probably the most mobile Godzilla, so you would really want him to have a lot of articulation, but it's not too bad for what it is. I knocked him over there. The figure didn't fall. So there you go. There's the articulation for the Final Wars Godzilla. Overall, it's just okay. Not very great. It's just all right, you know. But then again, it is about $15, so. Now let's take a look at Kiryu. Actually, but before we do that, Godzilla does come with one accessory. So you pop his mouth off. Let's see if we can get it off. It's on there pretty good. Alright, let's see. So this Godzilla's mouth here has a peg in it that just goes straight in. And you're supposed to get that out somehow. But it's in there pretty good. I feel like you might need pliers or something to get it out. Maybe if you rotate the mouth and just kind of push it. Oh, no, that was his hand. Come on. Yeah, it's in there good. Might have to heat up the head to actually get it out, but here is the accessory. This will just plug into the mouth once you remove that jaw, and he has a beam effect here. You can kind of imagine what that would look like. But yeah, pretty cool little effect, especially for the price. You know, it's a really cheap figure, and we're getting an accessory, so that's nice. Something you don't really ever get with monster arts, stuff like that. So breath effects are always appreciated with Godzilla figures. But alright, let's get on to Kiryu. Alright guys, so here we have Kiryu, and we'll take a close look at him. As you can see here, he has a marbleized looking silver plastic, kind of like a Marvel Legends figure would have. And that's pretty consistent throughout the whole figure. He does have black paint and some, some of his little stickers painted on, like the red arrows here. And he has them here as well. And yeah, just the black paint throughout, like no wash or anything like that, but the Marble Life silver does look pretty good, I think. And here's a close look at the tail. The tail is unfortunately unpainted. Like all these sections right here should be black, but they're just silver. But overall, not too bad looking. I mean, you know, these are obviously meant for kids, but you know, adults like us that are obsessed with Godzilla got to check out everything, so we're checking it out. Here is his face. The teeth are weirdly painted black, or maybe they were going for like a shadow around the teeth there. The eyes are actually painted on really well, and so is this little dot right here. That looks really good, and they have the red lines for the berserk mode, but his eyes are not red. Can't remember if in the movie if the red lights, these lines are always on, or if it's just when he's in that mode. But yeah, honestly, not too bad looking. Like the paint here is really clean. So yeah, not too bad. So let's go ahead and start with his articulation. So for Kiryu's articulation, it's more of the same. The mouth can kind of close a little bit and it will open up a little bit. If they could improve that and make that better, that'd be awesome. But so yeah, the head doesn't move, but the neck does, and it's pretty similar to Godzilla. So you get a nice range of motion there. You can turn his head. And they have a little cutout in the back here, so he can look up a little bit. Basically, just look straight forward. So yeah, not bad at the neck. The arms go all the way down to the side, and we'll go out that much, and we'll rotate all the way around at the shoulders. So for Kiryu, they do have the bicep movement here at the elbow, which is really nice. So you can get his arms inward, and they will straighten out that much. So he can do the T pose, and they will go in this much. The hands rotate, and they are also on that little ball hinge joint that I showed you guys earlier. So you get a good range of motion out of them. For the hips, they'll go out to the side that much, in this much. They'll go forward about, you guys saw, not too much before they pop off. So go forward about to there, and they will, I guess they won't go back at all. They just kind of rotate out a little bit. You see, they don't really go back much at all. That's all right. The knees are a little bit better. They have more range of motion, so they straighten out that much, and they'll go in that much, almost a 90-degree angle. And for the ankles, the pivot on this foot is pretty good. This one, not so much. This foot will go down about that much and up about that much. This one goes up a little bit more and down a little bit more. And that's because you see how the joint is facing us, so it allows the feet to move back and forth really, well, not really good, but better than the other foot. This foot has the joint almost sideways, so they get better rocker. And I was trying to see if they would rotate, but they're just not moving in there. I feel like this one was moving a little bit. Yeah, you can see it has a little bit of play, so maybe if you guys pop the feet off and warm this up, you can get it to turn so you can orient him the way you want. But so that's the feet there. The tail, the tail is kind of hard to put on this one. I wasn't sure if I had it all the way on or not. I don't think I do, but yeah, it's staying on right now. So yeah, this one's got a bit of a more range of motion than Godzilla. And by the way, this had the same assembly setup as Godzilla. But yeah, so the tail will go up that much, down that much, go to the side that much, and to the right that much. So not a lot of play. This one also unfortunately has a posed tail. It's not straight, so it's curved to the left, as you can see. This segment of the tail here just kind of wiggles up and down a little bit, rotates, and doesn't really move side to side at all. So Godzilla's got the better tail. But overall, like I said, these are about, I think, $20 or 15, something like that. They're pretty cheap. And for what they are, it's really not bad. Like, this is a great kid's toy. Like, if I was a kid and I had this, like, instead of the Bandais I had that didn't move at all, I'd be really happy. Because these are pretty awesome. Especially for the price. I mean, they look great. Like, the sculpts are really good, pretty accurate. The paint isn't terrible, and yeah, and they're decently articulated. So if this line keeps going and if they improve on the articulation, I mean, man, it would be a great line, a fantastic line to collect. You know, these are kind of cool to just maybe put on your desk at work or something like that. You know, you don't want to really bring valuable stuff to work, so yeah, these would be great. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into size comparisons. Oh, wait, before we do that, Kiryu also comes with a breath effect. And I'm going to assume it's just as hard to remove his mouth to put this accessory in. I could try real quick to see if it'll come out. There we go. All right, got that one out. I just kind of kept forcing his mouth down. Let's see if we can get this in there. Yep, there we go. So there he is with his breath effect, and that's pretty cool. We'll have Godzilla right here. Oh no. Fuck you, Godzilla, you bitch. Okay, yeah, so yeah. That is his breath effect, and I like it. It's awesome. A nice little accessory for Mechagodzilla here. So there is that, and let's do size comparisons and wrap this up. Alright, so here we have Godzilla compared to a Godzilla, and as you can see, this is a pretty small figure. It's probably about 5 inches tall or so. And here is the Godzilla with Kiryu. And here is Kiryu again with the Final Wars Godzilla. And yeah. So overall, if you can pick these up for a decent price, I would definitely get them. I kind of I overpaid a bit. I paid $30 for these at the convention, $30 each. So I was just happy to see them at the convention and wanted to support. So I went ahead and just picked them up, even though I knew I was overpaying, but it's whatever. It happens sometimes. But yeah, Bandai Namco articulated Godzilla figures, or should I say articuli Godzilla figures. These are pretty cool, and they're fun little figures, so I would say, yeah, grab them if you got kids and they're wanting your Hiya toys or monster arts. This will definitely hold them over because these are pretty nice. But yeah, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.